What's up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Chop Shop. I am J-Stogs, the Buff Nerd. Let's go. And of course, I'm joined by my dude, my God. This is day one right here. Aunt Jay, what up, man? How you feeling? How you doing?
How you doing, Jay, man? I'm doing great, man. Voice of reason back in the house. It's all good. I'll give you that
Oh,
throwback right there. Yes, sir.
listen. You know what? Aunt Jay last week was like, you know what, man, no, I'm just joking. I'm joking. He I had to say that because I know look, it got a little heated the week before, but that's what we do. That's the chop shop. That's what we do. But we still good. Like I said, I had to send out a little text to him like, hey man, we good, right? We good.
Right, of course. Of
You
course.
know, and he sent it back 2 days later. Yo.
Yo, I sent it back, my wonderful brother, like instantaneously. We good. Don't show out in front of company,
No,
man.
I sure won't, man. Look,
I
make
appreciate
sure
it.
that hey, welcome to the shop again, where we talk about NBA, NFL, and everything else. You're going to hear maybe some NHLs and MLS. You never know. Some La Liga, F1. That's what we do. But this
Probably
is the
not
shop.
right.
Yeah.
Probably. At least not
What
this
you doing?
episode.
What you doing, man? What you doing? Make sure that you like, subscribe, and ring that bell. Click that bell so you know when Big Game Entertainment podcasts are on. Of course, we have Big Game Sports Buzz on Tuesdays, 8 p.m. Actually, 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. Of course, the Chop Shop comes on at 8:30 Central Standard Time. And on Thursdays, we have Two Birds, One Show. The guys out in Philly talking Philly sports and craft beer. Check him out. Dieter and Ricky T. Fun dudes indeed. Also check us out. Look out for, we're gonna have a round table of NFC East coming up here pretty soon, as well as pre-draft. We're gonna do a mock draft. So it's gonna be fun. Hopefully we can get Aunt Jay in on that. He's shaking his head. This dude right here, listen, this is my guy when I need numbers, when I need stats, when I need history. And then I go fact check it because, it's what it is. But that's the guy. Look, let's get into this, man. There's been a lot of player moves
Yes, sir.
in the NFL. I'm gonna hit you with this question, and let's just start there. So far, what
So
has been the biggest NFL move? So far, what has been the biggest NFL move in your eyes?
okay, so you're talking about just today or you talking about overall?
Overall, since the end of the season, Super Bowl is over. And again, make sure that you can comment. We do want to see your chat. You can comment in the chats. But yeah, this season, since
Okay.
what's been the
Yes.
biggest move so far?
I mean, there's a lot to pick from, right? You got Jalen Ramsey going to Miami.
Mm-hmm.
You got Gilmore going to the Cowboys. Obviously,
Right.
Cowboys fans are ecstatic about that. Um, to be honest, I think that the biggest move has yet to be done, and I'm talking about Lamar Jackson. Um,
Mm.
I think that obviously um, Baltimore can go a lot of different ways with him.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, the stuff on ESPN is an intriguing idea. You're maybe trading one or two of those quarterbacks to Baltimore in exchange for Lamar.
Yeah.
Lamar, again, his deal hasn't been done. He's his own agent, whether that's good or
Right.
bad. He's a difference maker. Um,
Yeah.
gosh, he's this generation's Michael Vick, and
Mm.
I just think that
Mm.
we got to see where Lamar goes. Now, if we're talking just about player signing, the one I like the most is Hargrove going from one elite defense to another,
Mm.
plugging up the hole for San Francisco. Uh,
Yeah.
Again, he used to play for the Eagles, but wanted to get paid and continue to win.
Right.
So, if you want me to answer it, because I know you're a stickler on did I
I
answer
am.
the question?
Yeah. It's
Right now, at this time, March 15th, 8:35 p.m. I'm going to say Hargrove to the 49ers. I like that one a whole lot because, like, I'm a real big Christian McCaffrey fan, and I just like
Yeah.
the Niners. Um, Even though I'm a Cowboy fan, like right now, I'm really liking their mix, and I like how the coaches. I like the rosters, and they'll
Mhm.
be hitting that one weakness that they couldn't stop during the playoffs.
Do you think losing their OC and DC is going to be that impactful for them?
Talking about for the Eagles.
Well, no, for the
Oh,
for
for
the
the Niners
Niners.
as well. No,
Mm.
I actually think that for both, just because the rosters are set pretty much, and I
Yeah.
think both cultures are such where there's still the majority of players there who know what to do and know their roles and know what's
Mhm.
asked of them. I mean, whether or not, think about this, you're an OC that comes into San Francisco and or Philly,
Right.
and your cupboard is full.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You've got in San Francisco, you've got three quarterbacks who believe that they can start. So you know competition is going to be at its prime.
Right.
You know that your two running backs, you've got one who's all world. He can be a bit injury
Yeah.
prone, but McCaffrey's still tight.
Yeah.
You've got another young running back in Mitchell
Yep.
who was drafted to be a starter. So your
Yes.
running game is legit. If you need a third runner, Debo can do that too. Like
Yes.
you can mix and match. You can play chess while everybody else is playing checkers. The
Yeah.
receivers are nice. I
Yeah.
mean, from I think it's Ray McDonald.
Hmm.
He's the third guy. You've got Brandon. Gosh, I forget how to say his name. Ayuk,
Yeah.
and then you
Yeah.
got Debo. You've got George Kittle's in the mix. So the cupboard's full. So
So
this is what happens when you win in free agency. Some of your guys get plucked for higher money, but I think that both teams are still legit, and both teams draft well.
would you say San Fran is the team in the NFC
I think it's 1A
or
and
one
one
of them?
B. I still
Okay.
think it's 1A and 1B. You got the Eagles sitting there
Yeah.
chilling. Like the Eagles, again,
Mm.
you're a year older, you're a year stronger, you're a year wiser. Like the
Yeah.
Eagles are so dominant, other teams were complaining about that QB push play,
Yeah. They're
and
going to
they were
change that.
wanting to outlaw it because nobody could stop it.
Well,
Well, that's
that's
the thing though. That's
that's the
one
way the
A
league
right
works.
there.
Well, that's the way the league works. If something works and no one else can do it, then they're going to outlaw that.
Well, they're
That's
gonna
just the way it
try.
works.
They're gonna try, but I mean, this is
They'll,
the
yeah,
equivalent of saying, "Hey, they're too good. There's something we have to input in the rules."
yeah, I guess so.
So I mean,
Yeah,
nah,
I guess so.
it's
Well,
Philly is
listen,
still number one A, and the Niners are at least a close second. Again, both
okay,
teams will draft well, so I just consider them both the
all right.
cream of next year's class.
Well, I'll tell you what. Let's get another opinion in here. This guy, the voice of the antlers, and I love saying that. Trey Collis. What's going on, man?
Man,
So
I
good to see you.
it is, man. A lot of free agency happening, so I had to get on the show tonight. We were gonna talk, and then I walk in, I hear Eagles are the class of the day. I'm like, what are we talking about here? Whoa!
Listen, it hurts. It pains to say these things, but when you have to look at them and you say San Fran really is a quarterback away.
They are, but
Philly,
do you still believe San Fran? They improved their defense. Their defense is going to be not. Their offense is great, but can you really
yeah,
trust Brock Purdy now after everyone's going to have
no,
tape on them? I think that's the
no.
thing. Can are
That,
we? Can you say that we're in a league right now where we're like the 2001 Baltimore Ravens carry that team, or the 2000 Baltimore Ravens defense carried that team in this offensive style NFL
no,
season? I don't think a
no.
defense can carry a team to the Super Bowl like it did back in the early 2090s and so forth and so
I
on.
think I think Tampa Bay was probably the last one
Yeah,
to truly have their defense carry that team, even with Tampa Tom. but it wasn't Tampa. It wasn't like the real Tom Brady. It was like he was good, but he wasn't Tom Brady like what we're used to. And that defense.
Well, you say that, but he also put 35 against the Kansas City Chiefs in the Super Bowl.
Kansas City didn't have a defense.
I'm just saying he still put up points.
They didn't have a defense. They didn't have a defense.
But San Francisco, one thing we always say about it, it's not about if, it's about when the injuries are going to happen with the San Francisco 49ers.
Yeah.
They're always, that injury bug always bites them at the wrong time. And but man, NFC's wide open now, guys. I don't know. I mean,
yeah. And I posed the same question. Hey, Mr. Dor, good to see you, my guy. Parted ways with Zeke. This has been big news today. Not only here in Dallas, but all over the place, saving them some money. Clap it up. Whatever.
Dude, I am so impressed right now with Jerry Jones. I am. I tip my hat to him. How many years have we said, go out and make a splash? Go out and do something. How many? And then finally, yes, forever, right? 3 years. And then it was like, we hear about, Zeke's one of Jerry's guys. He's never going to let go of Zeke. Well, guess what? He found out Zeke is not doing what Zeke used to do back in his rookie year. In fact, Zeke has declined in yards per game throughout his tenure with the Dallas Cowboys. And he only had 56 yards per game last year. And he hasn't scored a touchdown outside the red zone since 2019. His longest TD rush was 14 yards this year.
If all you're going to do is run him in between the tackles, dang near every play, especially on first down, come on. I'm not saying that he is a great back, but what I am saying is when you have a scheme that does not help the situation, you don't have him going out on a sweep, you don't have him going out on a counter. All you have him doing is just straight busting the gut right up the middle, off tackle. What do you expect? If you play that in Madden, guess what? You're going to have 56 yards in the game there too. Even in Tecmo Super Bowl.
But
you're not going to,
Isn't that what he did the first 2 years of his career? And then all of a sudden, no, he can't do it anymore, dude.
He had a better line then. I have to believe he had a better line then as well.
But he had better. Oh, God. Go on. Man, I've done a show with you in like 6 weeks. And you're already pushing my buttons. Oh my God.
He had a better line.
It happens.
It does.
Don't you start, AJ. Don't you start, man.
No, I mean, you literally introed the show about last time I was here, and I was upset because you were talking about Durant is not elite. So
what?
I know. Trey, it was a wild show.
Is he?
Then.
Is he?
So Durant? We're not gonna start that. We gotta stay on point. We gotta stay on topic.
All right. Okay. So again, the question is,
I might have to leave.
Biggest signing. The biggest signing. The biggest movement. Now, I agree with what you're saying, NJ. It hasn't happened yet. But the moves are showing that it is going to happen. A lot of people are talking about where they want to go, i.e. douche Dodgers to the Jets and his ridiculous list, which is very douchey, and it just makes sense. And I hope and pray they not only sign him, but they honor this list so that they can see how big of a douche this guy is. So it's great. I love it.
One of the guys he said he wanted on the list was Alan Lazard, and I mean the Jets have already signed him.
Yep.
And I mean, I guess I've never just been outright impressed with him because he drops the ball. Mm-hmm. I'm like, this is one of the guys you want. Like, I can understand Randall Cobb. I really can. That's been I can understand that because that's been his slot guy for years. I get that. But gosh, when he said Lazard, I was like, you might as well ask for Devontae Adams back. I mean, but yeah, he said go get OBJ, who hasn't really played in like 18 months. So
correct, but he had a workout, so
we'll see. He's one that hasn't signed, and the longer, dude, these roster spots. the longer that it takes for OBJ, I'm just curious to know if people believe he might be fool's gold now. I mean, everybody gets older.
I think so, and I think they're looking at. I honestly believe that they're looking at the draft, and I think they're looking towards the draft to see how they can bolster their rosters before they look at the free agents and making trades. Mainly because, especially for a receiver, running backs,
Skill position.
I think Dallas may make a move for Robinson. I don't know if he slips that far from Texas, running back from Texas. I don't think he's there at 26.
We all look, as a Cowboy fan, we would love that.
But if he is,
I mean, dude, I'm gonna be honest, man. I mean, we got Gilmore, and I'm happy for that. Like, that's a smart move.
Yes.
But to be honest, the one weakness that this Dan Quinn defense has had for I don't know how long is just run them up the middle.
Yeah.
That's all you gotta do. So let's get some big boys now. I mean, if you're not gonna address the receiver position and you still think Michael Gallup is all that in the bag of chips, then our defense has got to be at least at the same level as a Philadelphia and a 49ers.
Well, I mean, getting rid of Noah Brown, whether it was trade release, I don't know, whatever it was, but he's gone. I think that signals, and you're laughing a little, you're kind of chuckling at because we talked about this a little bit earlier. Like, so what do you think about that? I was like, goodbye. See you later.
Enough blocking receivers, right?
Yeah, we're good on that. We're good on that. So, no, I'm definitely down for that. Hey, Reed, what's good? Good to see you, my guy. Next time we're gonna have you on here, man, for sure. But yeah, I'm interested to see that, to see what happens as we move along in this. But yeah, douche to the Jets, go for it. I'm all in for that. Baker down to Tampa.
Starter. Day one.
For $8 million?
Day one.
$8 million?
I mean, I guess they could try to draft the QB at 19.
Well, they have what's that guy from Florida?
Trask.
Trask, yeah.
Trask. They got Trask.
A lot of good news has come in from Canton. He actually looked pretty good under Tom Brady. So I think they brought Baker Mayfield in for a quarterback. But I think you're right. I think day one, I think Baker Mayfield is going to be their starting quarterback.
Right. Oh, okay.
But as the season progresses and they're losing games, I guarantee you Trask is going to be.
Well, let's go. So, who's the coach in Tampa Bay? I know it's a brother.
Todd Bowles.
Todd Bowles, who should have got the job.
Todd Bowles trying to keep his job. And you cannot name any dude named Trask. Like the opening day starter. You can't go from Tom Terrific Brady to what's his name? Steve Trask?
Kyle Trask.
Kyle Trask. I'm sorry, I'm referencing the Buffalo Bills receiver from the 80s.
He tore it up in Florida, man. Come on.
Because he's from Florida?
He tore it up, baby. He was in the
Heisman final. He tore it up.
All right, Trey. Okay.
He tore it up.
Now, my thing is, if Trey can say that without laughing, I'll believe it. That's my whole thing. He's about to spit in his Sonic Cup. Man, he might as well be some dudes from the XFL.
Man, I do believe that Baker Mayfield will be your starting quarterback. But the Buccaneers are going to come out and say, "Oh no, it's a quarterback."
You got Baker.
But does that mean how low Baker has gotten?
That's facts. If Baker is your QB, your starting QB, you are officially rebuilding, which they are. They are officially rebuilding,
right?
Because they've gotten rid of half of their defense as well.
Well, they got David back today. They got David back. I mean, they're rebuilding, man. It was an old squad last year. I mean, Tom Brady was old, so he retired. Julio Jones, he's gone now. He's on the free agent market.
And I told everybody about
Mike
that.
Evans is not gonna. Mike Evans ain't gonna do great. He had a bad year last year. I don't see him getting any better this year, especially with Baker Mayfield at quarterback. That defense got to carry him. I don't see it happening. I think they might finish the last places. Sorry.
If
I love
Mike Evans,
what Atlanta's doing. I love what Atlanta's doing in this free agency. I
I
do.
don't trust Atlanta. I don't trust him.
They're doing the Philadelphia Eagle thing. They're building around Riddler and what he's good at. Riddler, whatever his freaking name is. Ritter.
What is he good at?
Him? The same thing Jalen Hurts is good at. Freaking RPO.
Except he doesn't win.
He was at Cincinnati. Give him a break. Cincinnati don't win crap.
We'll just have to see. It's too soon to see whether or not he's bad, developing. Like, they've got to give him a chance. So 4 games from last year, that's not going to cut it. We need a bigger sample size. So I understand where Trey's coming from. I really kind of do. I like the fact that they have Taylor Hinkie there to kind of push him, because Hinkie still wants to start. I like the acquisition of the tight end who used to be great in where'd they get him from? San Diego, Johnny Smith, the tight end. He signed a big deal with New England and apparently fell out of favor. So I like that a lot.
Patriot way.
They're sitting here and building this line back up too. So Atlanta's trying to make some moves. They're small, but they're making moves.
Yeah, but again, it's. I'm not going to hold my breath for the NFC South.
No, I don't think anybody is. Whoever,
especially when Derek Carr
is 7 and 9. Well, that's the thing. All of a sudden, now the Saints have a chance to make the playoffs.
Well, the Saints also lost Davenport. They lost a lot of key defensive players from that team, from that great defense last year. I mean, you still have Taysom Hill, I guess you can say. You have Alvin. You have Alvin, who's going to be suspended 6 games, I do believe, to start the season from his incidents from the Pro Bowl a couple of years ago. Who should have been suspended last year, but that happened here or there. I heard he's going to get suspended at the beginning of this season. But you're right. I think it's a Saints division to lose, even though I do like what Atlanta's. The Panthers are actually rebuilding through everything. They just tried to get the number 1 drive. They let their top receiver go to DJ Moore.
Right.
They're definitely rebuilding over there. So, dude, the South's whack, dude. I mean, could we just eliminate them and say, like, could an extra team go instead of the South division winner? Because this is stupid. Because we're gonna have we're gonna have a 6-10 or a 7 or 6-11 team in the division winner. They're gonna host a playoff game, which is the stupidest thing in the world.
I say we should relegate them like they do in soccer, and we'll bring up an XFL team or 2 to supplement.
Well, hell, I think
XFL
Georgia
team right now couldn't even beat Atlanta. I'm sorry, not Atlanta, Alabama, Georgia, or maybe even TCU. So maybe we got to go back to college.
They could probably beat TCU, bro. Hey, let's go Frogs, but they could beat TCU.
It's not TCU Horned Frogs. It's the Texas Froghorns. That's Clark Kellogg.
Clark Kellogg. He can eat one too. He can eat a big one. Never liked that dude.
I was like, what the hell are you talking about?
He doesn't know. He's dick. Anyway. But no, yes, NFC South, it's just not going to be there. Still looking at the NFC East, the AFC East, the Patriots are starting to make a little moves here and there.
Yeah, but they don't have a quarterback.
You don't trust Mac Jones? You don't like Mac Jones?
No. Hell no. That's how much I think about him.
I like Mac Jones. I think
what did he do last year, dude?
I think he held his own.
But I will say,
I think he held his own.
Getting that offensive coordinator back, what's his name? He was the head coach for the Texans. Sorry, I'm drawing a blank today. He was Alabama's offensive coordinator. They got him back as an OC back in New England this year. I think he will help out Mac Jones a little bit next year. Yeah. They did get Juju Smith-Schuster back.
Yep, they got Juju. Yep, that's a big sign.
Help them. So we'll see. Well, I mean, it's I think it's do or die for Mac Jones this year. I truly believe that. If he
I
doesn't,
don't know if
he had
it's
a
do or
horrible
die.
year last year.
But that was what, his second year?
Yeah, but he had a great first half of his rookie year, and then he kind of declined after that, and then his bad
Because
year.
everyone
Bill
got a book
O'Brien.
on him.
Exactly,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. So
His
do or
name
die.
is Bill O'Brien.
Yeah, Bill O'Brien. That's
Yeah.
God, the
Yeah.
double chin dude. Yeah, him.
Hey, I was gonna say Charlie Weiss. Again, we're good. We're good. We're good in Dallas
Everybody's
for
pretty
Zeke.
much happy. It was like
I wouldn't say
riding
happy.
the old
We're not
horse.
happy.
Everyone was happy, dude.
We're not happy.
But
We are.
As Cowboy
No,
fans, we are.
I'm happy.
we're not happy. We're not happy. We are
No, you're not
appreciative.
happy.
We're appreciative of his services. We're not happy.
We're
that he's
appreciative of his
gone.
services, what he did for the first 4 years, but it's time. The writing's on the wall. It's done. Bye. I love you, Zeke. Thank you for everything you did. Thank you for giving us something to talk about every week with everything.
That's so unauthentic. So
I'm serious. I actually like Zeke. I do. I like Zeke. But the writing's on the wall, dude. Like he was too slow last year.
Dude.
Yes, he can pass block. Okay.
Right, like how many times are you gonna say that?
Exactly.
Like he's a great blitz pickup. So
because
he's a running back.
Dak was getting
run the ball.
sacked a lot. Probably. That's why. That's why you say that. Because we had some linemen that were not really good. That's probably why we would say
we had a pretty decent.
I will say this: the last play of Zeke's career in Dallas is kind of horrible. When he's snapping the ball.
Whose fault is that?
That's a coach's fault.
Whose fault is that?
Kellen Moore.
Okay. Thank you.
And he's gone.
He's gone. And you know what? The whole San Diego, they got their guy and they're gonna be awesome.
San Diego.
Man, okay.
Have fun.
Okay. You watch and see. He may be good for half a season. I'm gonna give him half a season. But after that, no, sir. Not at all. I don't think so.
Half a season.
Not at all.
4 games.
4 games?
4 games.
You give him 4 games?
Yes.
I at least give him 8 games. 8-9 games. Around that time, though, everyone's like, okay, this dude is
I don't understand why everyone likes Kellen Moore anyway. Like what?
Because he's innovative.
Because he's young, and it's all about NFL.
Innovative.
Right now.
I didn't see anything innovative, but it looked the same to me. But what do I know? Because I'm here.
We're all fans, right? We're all fans. That's what they.
It's just stupid to me to see it, but that's okay. All right, so excited for the NFL offseason. I think again, everyone's looking forward to the draft to see what, so I think, and you made some interesting points earlier when we were talking. There are some receivers, some running backs, some big names that are still out there that have not been signed, or there's not even rumblings of, hey, we think they're going to go here or there. One of which was, of course, Bobby Wagner.
Right. Why is he not picked up?
And I thought Dallas would definitely make that move towards him.
Honestly, that's the one move I really upset Dallas, man. I love Leighton Vander Esch. I really do. I think he stepped up last year, but that neck injury, it scares me. He's become like
it's only going to get worse.
It is. That's scaring me. And I wish they would have got Bobby Wagner, who's a proven Super Bowl winner, who can plug up the middle of that lane, who can take the defensive pressure off Micah Parsons, for God's sake, and let him and actually stop I think he can contain the run a little bit better than what Leighton Vander Esch can do. That neck injury is killing me, and I think it's another Sean Lee effect where it's a Jerry guy and he just wants to keep him, and he wants to keep his word and say, yeah, we want you. But hey, you know what? We got him at a good price, though. I mean, I'm not mad at it, but I'm just like, I kind of wish I had Bobby Wagner. But I honestly think Bobby Wagner is going back to Seattle. I think that's where he really wants to go finish his career out.
Possibly, but I mean, I think the way he left and everything that was kind of surrounding it, again, to me, it's a no-brainer. Go for him. And if you're Dallas, take that money. You're freeing up. You've restructured Dak. Go get Bobby Wagner. Go shore up this defense even more.
Yeah, but the way he left, Bobby Wagner left, is because of Russell Wilson. Let's just be straight up.
Yeah.
That defense hated Russell Wilson. Now Russell Wilson's going to think, all right, I can go back. I think that's going to heal up some wounds there. But Cowboys, on the other hand, I just like you're talking about still some good wide receivers out there. There's reports that Denver wants a first-round pick for Jerry Jeudy. If you're Dallas, would you pull that? I mean,
no.
First round.
No. We're looking for you can get more. You can get more with less. You can get what is that? D-Hop for at least a second and maybe even a fifth. Like there are guys out there that you can trade for. Now, obviously, they will tote a bigger salary with that, but there are some guys that teams will say, okay, we can trade you for this, that, and the other. Again, if you can get Gilmore for a 5, you know you get at least. Say it again.
I said that wasn't even a 5. It was their
compensatory pick.
Yeah, so it was like a free pick.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Now, do you think because they have now restructured some contracts and they got some money off the books, especially come June 1, they may be able to go and get D-Hop?
I think they're building on something because they restructured Tyrone Smith's contract again.
Mm-hmm.
They had D. Lawrence they just did this afternoon, and now they're doing. Now they cut Zeke. So Zeke, you save $10 million. D. Lawrence, you save about $8 million. That's $8. Now that I think they have $43 million left in the bank to play with. I think they're brewing up something. I think,
and they restructured Dak as well. So
we all that was a given. Everyone knew that.
Yeah,
I'm talking about today's moves that's what they did.
Oh yeah, today, yeah.
So they have like $48 million to play with. I think they're trading for somebody. I really do. I think they're D-Hop's out there. I really do think that D-Hop's going to be out there. Man, it's just a lot of good receivers out there right now that you can go get.
Go get one of the Denver receivers, not necessarily Jeudy.
Sutton.
But I like Sutton. I like Cortland Sutton. I really do. I mean, I also like Tim Patrick. I mean, I know he's coming off an injury, so he might be a little cheaper, but Denver's got some stuff. And I'm gonna say this too, and this might be a radical thought. The Rams are rebuilding out the wazoo, so why not try Cooper Kupp?
They're not getting rid of Cooper Kupp.
Dude, I mean,
that's Sean McVay's guy. I don't see it happening.
I mean, I agree. And because I had Cooper Kupp in my fantasy team, I knew all his stats, right? But I mean, just as a curveball. Well, I mean, if you're trying to win now, go get him. Take a flyer on him.
I would love Cooper Kupp. I love Cooper Kupp. I would love him to see him in the Dallas starting uniform. But what's scaring me right now is we're freeing up all this cap space. I think they're going to give OBJ the $20 million. That's what I'm afraid of.
Yeah.
I think we're going to be the stupid team that gives OBJ the $20 million. Because if we look at the receivers that are signed to got contracts today, they're only averaging $11 million per year. That's what the receiver rate's going. But OBJ, who hasn't played in 18 months, wants $20 million coming off his second ACL tear. He wants $20 million. I can see 15 for everything that he's accomplished, but $20 million, Cowboys would be stupid enough to do it. I guarantee you. And I think that's what's scaring me a little bit.
Great point.
Yes, but I think OBJ soured in Dallas because of last year. And I think they saw with T.Y. Hilton, they're like, you know what? To Ann's point, less is more. We don't have to go out there and spend the $20 million because we have a number one receiver, right? We need somebody that can take pressure off of him. We already got Gallup. We already know what he is. Supposedly, the second year after that injury, he should be better.
That's what they're banking on. That's what they're banking
on. That's why they signed him the way they did. So now we can either go in the draft and get a receiver, or we can give up a draft pick, maybe second or third round, for a great receiver that's out there, like a D-Hop or one of the Denver receivers. It's not Jerry Jeudy. I'm trying to think around the whole league as far as receivers that are still out there, big receivers that are still out there. Who are they, Jay? I know you got some of them.
Man, I'm trying to look right now. A lot of them are sewn up.
Yeah.
Okay. One name that I don't know what he is because he's a question mark. He's 6'4" and 214. If I say that, you're like, okay, who is that? But the Giants had him and he didn't do jack for them. His name is Kenny Galladay.
Well,
So,
Oh yeah, Galladay.
the
yeah,
Giants also didn't have a quarterback either.
Yeah.
that could be
Yeah.
Because I mean, he
Oh,
balled
but that
out in
was
Detroit. He balled out in Detroit. He got his contract, and
Galladay, I feel like, isn't a no win because he got this new coaching staff didn't like him. They didn't like his attitude. They didn't like the way. So it wasn't his guy. So they weren't really going to give him anything
Yeah.
to begin with. I think Galladay needs a fresh start. Dallas could be the place to go to do that. Will he come to Dallas? I don't know. I personally have better choices than Galladay.
I actually don't mind Galladay. I like all of his stats as far as physical. 6'4", would you say 190? Or no,
214.
214. He's not a skinny dude. So what I like about that is you can have Dak, who we know does not throw people open.
Right,
He
just
can
throw it high.
Just that's all I got. That's
And
all I
here's
need
the
you to
thing
do.
too, with Dak's accuracy, sometimes he throws that ball too high. It may be what we need because CD is 6'4".
Yeah.
Maybe we need another guy who's 6'4", and you can get one cheap. I mean, there's a bunch of 6'4" receivers out there, 6'4", 6'5".
Yeah. Yeah.
But now the key is obviously you got to play them.
Well, there's that part, but I think when you move like Noah Brown, you get rid of Tolbert, you get rid of Washington, you get rid of all these guys, and you're like, okay, look, we need to shrink our receiver room because it was way too large, right? That's number one, of dead weight, and that's what it was, just guys that were there. Now when you bring that in, when you bring someone like Galladay in, I think that really helps your team because of his attributes. D-Hop is great. D-Hop is a short receiver, though.
Now, here's my question. Now, I know we kind of veering off from tall versus short receivers.
Yeah.
What the heck is going on with Brandon Cooks in Houston? Is he just stuck in Siberia and nobody can get him out?
Yes.
That contract, so it's scaring people.
Golly.
Yeah.
All that speed and just sitting there.
Well,
anyway.
I know Dallas is in talks with trade deadline with him. I was like, okay, maybe they'll be the number one receiver this year and free agency, and we have yet to hear anything from him about Brandon. There's another there's another receiver out there that I thought we were going to get, but I can't think of it. Sorry.
No, you're good.
Well, I mean,
there's a lot going on. March Madness, NFL free agency.
And that's where we're going to go to next because I do see that you're wearing the hated Blue Devils.
Why they got to be hated? I like the Blue Devils too.
No, you don't.
I've been
don't sit here and say that, man. You don't like them. You've never.
Look, I'm on camera right now saying I've always liked the Blue Devils since Bobby Hurley, Christian Laettner, and Grant Hill.
The famous
you want me to go some more? Cherokee Parks, Elton Brand, Jay Williams, Shane Battier, like JJ Redick. Like, what you want me to
Mike
do?
Dunleavy.
Right, Junior. Yes, sir.
Name the Duke players before that squad.
Before which one? The 90s?
Yeah.
Why would we? They wasn't relevant then.
That was
okay. Jay Billis.
Yeah, you need to stop.
And hold on. No. Johnny Dawkins.
You need to stop it. You need to stop.
I'm naming names. That's what you asked for.
Campbell. Cable. Sorry, Cable.
Thomas.
I was going to say like the soup.
Cable.
Get out of here.
Oh, Jeff Capel?
Yeah.
Listen,
Campbell, Cable, Cabell, Caribou.
Listen, I was born in '86, so my first memorization was the Laettner catch and shot over Kentucky. That was my first. And welcome to NCAA March Madness moment as a young.
That's a fantastic moment, sir.
Yeah, my brother's a North Carolina fan, so yeah. So we had some.
Yeah, there was some loaded teams. I mean, let's call it what it is. They were all loaded. I mean,
and then you put Maryland back when they're in the ACC. Oh my God, with Steve Blake. Oh God.
So I thought you were like a Georgetown fan, maybe, or that's what I thought. This is new to me. Yes, I've known you for like over 40 years. I thought that's what I thought.
So I've been, at the time when I was a teenager, I was a Florida State Seminole because I like Charlie Ward.
That's a good one.
And then as far as basketball, I love Duke. Like Duke was always on TV, and I had a chance to know that team and their successes and their failures. You don't remember me having a Bobby Hurley Sacramento Kings jersey?
Dang, dude, you love Bobby Hurley.
I like Duke. So I mean,
never. No.
So
I'll tell you what. I'll show you. I'll get a picture of it because I've been cleaning my parents' house out, and I'll come back to the show and I'll give you this picture. So
we'll put it up.
Yeah,
we'll put it up. Okay.
But yeah, no, you like good basketball, and the issue, and this is my only issue with this whole one and done thing.
Yeah.
When we grew up, we were able to grow.
Yes.
With the teams.
Yes.
That's why we have so much reverence for the Fab Five, Michigan, the running Rebels with Corliss,
UNLV.
Big Nasty Williamson, and Todd Day.
Yeah.
We learned who these teams were because we got a chance to see them grow together.
Yeah.
But now it's literally you just pick a jersey.
Well, yeah. Well, honestly, this year it's actually a little bit different. Like teams are more senior heavy this year. Like if you look at Texas, you look at Kentucky. This is the most upperclassmen that Calipari's ever had. Like Kentucky. Yeah. What it is this stupid transfer portal. That's what this it's sort of like the one and done, but the transfer portal. Like I think I already saw 175 players already into the transfer portal this year.
Wow.
So do you think that's ruining the game, or I mean, it sounds like you feel like it is.
Honestly, it is to a certain extent. I think you have to have a good reason, like just because you don't like a coach. Oh, I got to transfer. No, like you signed a contract commitment to play for that team. This was like, okay, if you sit the bench and you're not playing, I can see you transferring. But just because a new coach is coming in, no, I got to transfer. No, I don't like that. I know it sucks. Something's got to change. I know it sucks. Like coaches go to these kids' living rooms, like I'm going to be here for 4 years. I'm going to help you grow, but then they leave the next year. And I understand that. But you're also signing to this. You also invest in that school too. To be honest with you,
you are, but it is year to year. So it's a year to year type of contract for your scholarship. I think the other point too is when Deion went to Colorado. The first thing he said to the players was like, look, none of y'all jobs are safe. None of y'all jobs are safe.
That's saying that nice.
Yeah.
He said, but I mean, I'm bringing my dogs.
That's what he said. I'm being nice about it, but I'm sure every coach has said that, or the sentiment has been there of, look, I'm bringing my people in, right? When a new coach comes in, he generally doesn't keep the same staff that was there, right? And especially the players, he's reevaluating all the players because those aren't his players.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, I
think
I don't see that. Big Game, good to see you, man. I knew you was gonna come in. Please no Cowboy talk, whatever, dude. Let me see. Let me get through these. Here, San Diego doesn't have a these must be hey Wallace. Good to see you, my guy.
Well, going back to your point, I think it started with the one. I think the NBA screwed up in this point. The one and done rule. I hated that. That's stupid. It's I like how they gained the G League, the G League Unite, all the Wendy and all them. I think that's great. I think that's what they need to do. I think if they go into college, you need to at least stay for 3 years, like the call it NFL rules. NFL, yes, I do. Well, think about it, dude. Look at John Morant, right? Look at these young players who are 18, 19 years old. they gain all this money. They don't know what to do. Dude, once you're 3 years old, you get the more maturity. You get and plus you're getting NIL deals where you can understand how money works and how to grow up and all. But like me as an 18-year-old getting what $20 million and then endorsements of $100 million. Good God, I would
so.
I'm just saying. I think that's what needs to. If you're gonna play in the NBA, the NCAA, you need a.
But I think it's also one of those things where you strike while the iron is hot, right? So if I'm a player coming out, whatever, man, I do pay attention, dude. It's just the update, man. If you have players that are coming out, if you say, hey, look, I want you to commit for us for 3 years. I'm a good player that, hey, I'm a point guard and there's not a lot of good point guards. I'm like one of the best in the nation. I'm a top 3 point guard in the nation. Why would I wait when there's another point guard coming in or a good point guard class after me? I'm trying to get paid.
Okay, I can understand that, but look at the Texas situation right now, right?
Yeah.
You have Ewers, football situation, Ewers, who did pretty okay. I mean, he already transferred. Now you have this up and rising Archie Manning, who's probably going to take his job, and so it's the same situation, but he has to stay for another year. So what's any difference in basketball? That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. The NBA should not got done with that one and done rule. That was the stupidest thing. I think they should have came out right out of high school. Or if you want to go to the G League, you can come play 1 year in the G League and then get drafted. That's what I'm saying. But if you go commit to a college, you have to stay for I'll say 2 years in basketball. 2 years.
You're just an old man. I'm an old man.
Who?
Yeah. We all are old, but that's the old man mentality.
Okay, so you're telling me these high school athletes that came in the NBA, Kevin Garnett, Kobe Bryant, all these players.
Yeah,
they didn't
LeBron James.
Look how good. Dude, I'm not talking LeBron James. I'm out of my mouth. I cannot stand that. And I'll just say this, Aaron. Going back to your previous conversation, Aaron Rodgers make LeBron James look like a freaking angel with what he said to him.
No, sir. LeBron James is greatness.
Oh, shut up. We're not talking LeBron. This is not LeBron's show. He can go rest his boot and be a prima donna in his boot that he doesn't need. Whatever.
Prima donna.
He's walking around in his boot. Oh, he can go to the Super Bowl and go do all these other, but he can't be with his team while they're trying to make a play. Dude. LeBron James is. Oh my God. It's all about.
The Super Bowl only happens once. The Super Bowl only happens once a year. Them losing happens all the time.
Oh my God. Whatever. I'm not trying to LeBron and James. But that's what I'm sticking with. I think 2 years. I think the NBA screwed up at doing this one and done thing. I hated it. Yeah, okay. Kwame Brown. They got rid of Kwame Brown. Yeah, so it's got to be some plus.
I'm just look. March Madness is great. It's wonderful, right? But the thing about NCAA during the regular season, no one watches it. No one watches it.
I actually watched a lot this year because of it.
No one watches it, Trey.
I watched Duke on ESPN. They had them on like every Monday. I just got cable. I know cable's a bit antiquated. Blame my mom for that, but it was great.
Cable. No one has cable anymore, dude. It's all about streaming.
I understand, but my mom moved in with me, so now I have cable. So it's been pretty good watching Duke every Monday.
That's a good point, Wallace. Thinks that the NBA did the one and done to keep bringing in top talent because you can't get top talent like they did back in the day if they stayed 4 years of college. I don't know about the 4 years. Definitely the 3, though. They definitely were upperclassmen 2 to 3 years. They were more mature, could handle the game better. Especially when you're going up. Yeah, when you're going up against men and you're a boy.
Right.
I mean, that's my concern. But a lot of times now you see these young men that are coming out of high school and college. They're just as big. The kid from Purdue is scary.
Zach Edey.
He is scary.
He's not even that good, dude. For a 7'4" player, he doesn't even dominate a game like he should.
And that's my point, though, is when he figures it out,
But to Zach Edey's point, he actually didn't pick up
Brown is a
basketball.
stupid bust.
He actually didn't pick up a basketball until 10th grade.
Yeah.
He was actually a baseball player, believe that or not.
Baseball and hockey. That's what he played. He played baseball. He played hockey. He's from Canada. He's a Canuck. Cool. But that's what I'm saying. Once he figures it out, once he gets in, once he really gets it,
He's a senior, dude.
When he gets into the game is what I'm talking about. He's going to be a high draft pick.
No.
We already know that.
No, he's not.
He's big.
The big men aren't good in the NBA anymore. He can't shoot the three.
How fast does he have to be? Listen, what did we just talk about, NJ, earlier?
Okay,
no more big.
Okay, he's a junior, by the way. He's a junior, just FYI.
Oh, he is a junior. I'm sorry.
He's doing no, it's cool. Like he's doing 22, 12, shooting at a 60% clip.
Well, yeah, he's 7'4". No one can guard him.
He will make the NBA.
He will make.
He'll make it.
He'll be another Taco Falls.
Gosh, that's what we're doing?
Yes, that's exactly. He can't shoot the three, and he can't guard outside of the paint. The NBA will eat Steph Curry will eat him alive, dude. If you get him in a pick and roll situation,
he's not guarding.
In a pick and roll situation, they're going to eat him up alive.
He's got good feet. I think you really need to watch this kid.
I did watch him. I watched the whole Big Ten tournament. He's not that great. Yeah, he dominated the point because he's 7'4", and everyone else was 6'4" or whatever in the Big Ten.
Yes, the traditional big is dead, but again, I don't need. He's 7'4".
I can tell you the Mavericks need him right now.
Absolutely, I'll take him
right now. Like
hey,
the Mavericks.
Show this comment, James.
No,
the Mavericks
show this comment, James.
Need him right now.
No, I won't.
Need him.
Show it. Show it.
I would not show that comment. There, Trey is right.
Yes.
Great. Look,
move it up there. Let's frame that. No, he's a good college basketball player. I'll give you that, but I just don't think he'll be a great big man in the NBA. He can't shoot the three. He can't shoot from the outside. If you get him outside to the free throw,
he is not Boban. He is
Boban's an Energizer bunny for the Dallas Mavericks who gave you 5 good minutes to energize the crowd and give you good, and then he was done for.
He was. He is not that anymore because he's somewhere else. But Edey is something totally different than Boban. He can shoot, maybe not the three, but you know what?
The paint.
Okay.
Save this clip, please. Save this clip, and in a couple of years, we'll see how good he's doing.
We will see. We will see. And when he is doing good, not great, but good, I will get to say something to you that I think you're familiar with. I told you so. That's what you'll hear me say.
Wait, whoa.
I am that guy.
In our show this year that you have to come and apologize to someone.
Quite.
Yeah.
Let me ask this: Is Zach Edey Rudy Gobert?
Yeah, I think Rudy Gobert is a little bit better.
So here's the thing: I like Zach Edey because he can shoot with both hands, and obviously, I'm talking about things like hooks and things like that. You can actually feed him the ball, and he's not butterfingers like Eric Dampier or Rudy Gobert. Rudy Gobert doesn't have a post game. So I guess the question with Zach Edey would be, can he be productive in today's NBA?
It's going to be hard, man. No, dude, look at Ayton for the Phoenix Suns.
Right.
He's a traditional post player from Arizona, right? Like he dominated the game in Arizona. He was #1 overall draft pick through the Phoenix. He can't shoot and he's barely got a contract extension, yes. Mm-hmm. But he's not doing great. Like he's not like the tip.
What are you talking about? Dallas was trying to scoop him up.
Yeah, Dallas gets the stupidest player. Like y'all got Kyrie Irving and you left Spencer.
Dallas was trying. But look, here's the thing though. I don't need him to shoot threes. You know what I need him to do? Block, rebound, and he can pass the ball out of the post. That's what he can do. Because he's good at that. Because now how big he is going to get drafted. Yeah. He's big.
Okay, but here's another thing you're not thinking of. He's 7'4".
Right.
Yes.
Big men they get injured pretty easily. Look at
He's
Yao
not
Ming.
thin. He's not
No,
thin.
but I'm just saying it's heavy on his feet and knees, though.
Of that, I will not disagree. I will not disagree with you on that. Anytime you see a big man, Shaq is kind of one of those people that defied
Yeah.
that for a while, and then when it caught up to him, it caught up to him bad,
Yeah.
real bad. But I mean, it did. But up until that point, he was dominant. He was dominant. When he hit the league, he was dominant from that point on.
Well, Yao Ming was
So-
dominant until he had plantar fasciitis in his foot all the time, and
Right.
Yao Ming
Yes.
was actually very, very well. I mean,
Oh yeah, Yao Ming was
Yes.
real good.
but his
Yao
injury,
Ming
that's
was,
the thing that scares
yes.
me about big men. And
Akeem Olajuwon probably, fits right in there. He played for a good while. He finally got his chips once Jordan left. But he had more of a finesse game.
Patrick,
He had more of a finesse
another
game.
good one. I just worry
Would
about
you consider Tim Duncan?
Tim Duncan's 6'10". He was a power forward. David Robinson was a 7-foot giant who,
Right.
Yeah.
but that dude was built, dude. That dude,
Yeah. He's young now. He should be okay. I don't want another Sean Bradley, my dude.
oh,
And that's
Sean Bradley was a stud. Just kidding. I'm kidding. I did like Sean.
you know what, Game? This is when I need you here so you can play those stupid, sound effects and stuff like that.
Like doink.
Yeah. Wah, 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 wah.
No, don't fit that man's personality, man. Yo. Let that man have an off day. Like we load managing James right here. That's what we doing.
Sean Bradley? No, I don't want Sean Bradley.
I did have his card back when I was a kid.
Everyone did.
He was a fan favorite, man.
He was in every pack. Every pack. That's him.
That ain't right.
What about Mutombo, though, dude? Mutombo was a beast out in the.
Mutombo was, and I think he had a great career, a good long career. Exactly, Wallace. Who's going to guard him in the paint? Who?
Draymond Green.
I would love to see that. I would pay money. I would fly to wherever he's.
At today's NBA stars, I could see if Rudy Gobert is healthy, Embiid, Rudy Gobert if he's healthy.
Yeah.
Karl Anthony Towns, maybe if he can shore up his defensive game a little bit.
What about Jokic or
Jokic don't play no D? What are you talking
right? I don't think it's a lot of
played against
people
him. That's
who
all you
can
said.
guard Edie right now.
Yep.
Like just straight up. Maybe Gobert. I don't know anybody else. Like
Embiid, maybe.
Yeah, Embiid. But Embiid does play outside the paint.
I think
people do play in the paint, James. They do.
Dude. Okay, yeah, but you can't you didn't do the today's game's a 3-point line, right? Basically 3-point line.
It is.
Pick and roll.
So pick and roll. You see Steph Curry, John Morant, those guys they're gonna pick that matchup and have the big man come screen, and then you're gonna have Edie not commit to the three. And Steph Curry and them are gonna have wide open threes all night long. So the paint that's what's wrong with the big men today. They can't guard the 3-point line.
If you can get out of that circle, right? That circle down low, then I think you got a chance. Move on.
Well,
come on, we'll move on.
Right now, I'd rather have Zach Edey than McGee, Davis, Bertans.
So let's talk about players that you rather have.
Howell.
In the draft, would you rather have Zach Edey or Lively from Duke?
I like Lively.
I do too.
Yeah.
That's a 7'1".
And it's only because, again, they're on ESPN every Monday and they're on the weekends. Lively is good. You know who I would like on the Mavericks too? Was last year's center from Duke. Oh, I think his name was Williams III.
Williams III, that dude's a beast.
I think he's in Atlanta now or somewhere. No, H.A. Griffin's in Atlanta.
Yeah.
But
I think he's gonna be just fine. In the
Williams is. I would like him on the Mavericks right now.
Yeah.
Let me ask this question. Let's jump back into NCAA tournament, March Madness, real quick before we get out of here. We talked about the number 1 seeds, right? You have Alabama, Houston, Kansas, and Purdue. Who are you picking to be the upset out of those 4 number 1 seeds?
Upsets, you mean by
who's gonna lose? Who ain't gonna make it?
So, like, you're talking about not making it to the Final Four. They can lose anywhere between now and the Elite Eight.
Yep.
Wow. I can tell you right now who's the only team number 1 seed that's gonna make it. Alabama. Alabama's the only team. Well, Alabama's the only number 1 seed.
I'm flabbergasted by this because you're not the only person that has said this.
Kansas,
I don't see it.
Kansas, even though they won the championship last year, but how many times does Kansas lose in the first or second round?
A lot.
I mean, Texas annihilated Kansas two times in 1 week.
Yes.
If you play good defense against Kansas,
yeah,
because Kansas doesn't have enough scoring. Like, yeah, you have Wilson who can score from anywhere. He's going to be an NBA All-Pro, I do believe, in the future. Right. But other than that, if the freshman, what's his name, Grady Dick, he can't. Like, if he's not going to hit shots, then basically they're done. So if you can guard someone Grady Dick, no one else can hit the 3-point. I just don't see Kansas. I've seen Kansas play too many times this year. I just think that Kansas is done. And Purdue, there's film on Purdue right now. Purdue, like, they cannot handle the press. They can. Penn State showed that. They'll turn that. Yeah. They have the freshman guard play for Purdue is suspect. Zach Edey's a beast. I just don't think Purdue has what it takes. I like Zach Edey in the NCAA tournament, but Zach Edey can't bring the ball up the court, and they're going to force turnovers. I think Purdue gets out. I think Duke beats Purdue actually in the Sweet 16.
In the Sweet 16, yeah. What about you, AJ?
And then Houston, I just think that their star player has a growing issue right now, and if he ain't going to play, we saw what Memphis does without him. Did without the star player. I just think that Houston's liable for it, and I think Texas defeats Houston in that one.
I don't know how you want me to follow that, man. That was as complete diagnosis as you have. Yeah. Great job, Trey.
I did cover the Sweet 16 last year.
I have no 2 cents on that.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go Duke is all I can say.
Go Duke.
Nah, man. I mean, again, he's got solid points. The only thing I can only really say about the tournament is this is why we watch. Obviously, every single stinking year, our brackets are busted, and they're busted within the first 2 weeks. So the same way that we have all this faith about Alabama, I mean, I was strong like this. I remember a couple years ago with Virginia, and they lost like in the I don't know what the alliteration is for 8, but Elite Eight or whatever. I remember being gun-ho on some real strong teams, and they sit here and lose.
Virginia lost in the first round. They're the first team, first 1 seed to lose to a 16 seed in 2018.
So, yeah, I mean, I don't know. Expertise, I will give it to you. I will give it to Trey because this is where, seriously, like, every year, I think I know something about college basketball, and every year my bracket is busted, and I'm sitting here just dumbfounded.
Really?
Dude, I
know that's hard for you to say that you think Bama has a chance to win, Wallace.
That's what the NCAA match. That's why I love doing the brackets because, like myself, I watch college basketball from like conference games on. I don't watch like early October games or anything, but
it's boring.
Mode. But I just watch conference games from here on out, and I'm a full hard fan. And then like you have my wife and someone who doesn't watch a lick of college basketball, and they do better than what we do. Like Jay Bill. Like you can pull up Jay Billis and all these ESPN experts. They always their brackets are always busted out in the second week. That's why I love March Madness. It's one and done. It's like the best team doesn't always win. It's whoever's hot at the right time. And the hot teams right now are Texas, Duke, and Alabama. Those teams are the 3 teams you need to look out for.
Let me ask this question. What was the biggest surprise as far as rankings in the March Madness?
Surprise,
As
like
far as seeding.
honestly, I think, oh man, Duke being a number 5 seed, I think they should have been got higher. I mean, Virginia was a number 4 seed who they just annihilated in the ACC tournament. They beat them twice this year, and yet they're still higher ranked. I mean, Duke won 25 games this year, and they're playing great ball. In fact, if Duke wasn't injured, they'd probably be a top 10 team all season long. You've got to remember they were fighting injuries all throughout the season. They finally got their team healthy at the right time, and they've won 9 straight games. Duke is playing great basketball, especially moving Proctor to the point guard and having Roach come off and doing this 2-guard and facilitating offense that way.
Trey, you better preach over here.
Duke is, and these stupid analysis like, oh, Duke played against a poor ACC. Yeah, but you know what? They annihilated the ACC tournament when they were a 4 seed. They should have been a 4-3 seed. That's what they should have been, and it's really pissing me off. Honestly, I think Texas should have been a number 1 seed over Kansas, even though Kansas had a 1 game better than whatever. But Texas just annihilated them without Timmy Allen. For goodness sake, for the Big 12, and they annihilated them a week earlier in Austin. Plus they could have won in Kansas if they didn't get cold shooting in Kansas. So Kansas is not a great team this year. Everyone picks Kansas every single year, and they fell them almost every except for last year. They got lucky and won the world. They were down 16 points to North Carolina. North Carolina did a choke job. We saw how good North Carolina was this year. But man, I honestly think that Alabama should have been number 1 overall seed. I think Purdue probably should have been the number 2 overall seed, and I think Houston should have been number 4. But other than that, I think the committee actually did a pretty good job. I would have got Rutgers in the tournament, but I mean, there's always teams here or there who should have been in. But at the same time, I don't know, man. But if you're filling out brackets and you're watching these first 4 games, like the 11 seeds, like tonight, Arizona State and Nevada, I would pick one of these teams, like who play in the first 4, to win this coming tomorrow, Friday, because they got the nerds out of their system. They've already got the March Madness feeling. And I just think that's why, like you saw VCU when they implemented this in 2011, they were one of the first 4 teams in. They went all the way to the Final Four with Shaka Smart, that first number 11 seed. So I would pick, that's what I would do. But man, honestly, I think the committee did an overall pretty damn good job this year. Usually I'm highly disappointed in the committee, but this year they actually did a pretty good job of everything that they did, except for the Duke. I think Duke should have been a top 4 seed, but whatever. Duke, just because I hate the 5-12 matchup, because every year a 12 beats a 5, and that's what's scaring me right now. Because Oral Roberts is hungry. They're senior led, and they can shoot, man. And then Colgate scare me over Texas because Colgate can shoot those threes, man. Colgate, you can score 80 points, so Texas got to be ready on their defense. But no, man, I think it's going to be a great tournament. There's not a great team this year. That's why it's so wide open. If Alabama, everyone's picking Alabama. Yeah, they're playing hot, but they're not hitting threes. Good luck. And
it's going to be tough.
Then what's scaring me is I picked Alabama to win it all, which I hate. Actually, no, I picked Texas to beat Alabama. I changed my mind at the last second. I picked Texas over Alabama because I could not do it. But what's scaring me is like the freaking Miller incident with the gun, who gave the guy the gun. Like they say nothing's going to, but what's scaring me is they're going to bring charges up right in the middle of this freaking tournament and ruin the whole thing. That's what's really scaring me right now.
Possible. And Jay, what say you?
Again, how am I supposed to
stop that?
I'm sorry, Jay. I'm sorry. I can talk forever.
No, Trey. Again, very informative. I don't watch college like that. The only thing I'll say when I look at the bracket is I'm unsure of Marquette at number 2.
Ooh, that's a good team.
I'm scary. I don't know if Marquette can handle it as they get deeper in the tournament. I know that they have a fast pace. I know that they play defense, but sometimes when you're going up against teams who are maybe just as fast or even faster or just as strong or even stronger, it can be something that you haven't seen before. So that would be my only question mark is Marquette is Marquette ranked too high? But other than that, like I said, I'm not the expert at college basketball. I have a wait and see approach, and just like every husband, I want to beat my wife at the bracket. That's all I can say.
Yeah,
husbands are united, and my bracket better not lose to my wife. I can lose to my buddies,
Yeah.
but not my
Not the wife.
Yeah,
So,
and my wife did it for the first year. She picked like 16 seeds over one, but then the second year she started doing like the research and everything on every, like she'll stay up till 3:00 in the morning. That girl beat me the second year, and she did not let me down, man. I was like, seriously? I watched this. You didn't watch a damn game all year, and you beat me.
right,
That's how it works.
right.
That's how it works. That's how it works. Hey guys, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you all for joining us here on the Chop Shop. This has been fun, per the usual. My guy NJ, thank you for coming in, man, chopping it up with us. Of course, Trey Collis, thanks for coming in, my guy. Thank you for everyone that's been supporting us. Continue to do so. Again, like, subscribe, share this with your people. You can check us out on Spotify, Amazon, Apple, wherever you listen to your podcast. Of course, we're on YouTube and Facebook. Hey, I'm the Buff Nerd, J-Stogs. We are out. Let's go.